Checking the cutting system and adjusting as needed are very important for maintaining your mower's cutting performance. You'll need a pair of work gloves and several sheets of printer paper cut into strips. If adjustments are needed, you'll also need an 11mm wrench or socket and a Phillips head screwdriver. The reel spins when the mower moves forward, so be sure to block the wheels before you begin. To check the cutting system, spin the reel slowly. If you hear scraping or feel resistance, the cutting reel blades are touching the stationary blade and need to be adjusted. The other cutting system test is to make sure that the reel blades are not too far away from the stationary blade. First, turn your mower on its side. Starting with the end closest to the ground, rotate the reel with one hand while sliding a paper strip between the reel and stationary blade, keeping the paper flush against the stationary blade. Rotate through all 5 reel blades, feeding the paper strip into the reel as it cuts, and moving it to the end farthest from the ground. If the paper does not cut, the stationary blade needs to be adjusted. If the paper cuts cleanly and you do not hear scraping or feel resistance, your mower is ready for cutting. To adjust the blades, begin with your mower resting on all 4 wheels. Use the Phillips head screwdriver to loosen the adjustment lock screws on both sides. Then lift the adjustment locks over both adjustment bolts. Next, turn your mower on its side. With the adjustment locks lifted and turned to the side, adjust the stationary blade by turning the adjustment bolts. It is very important to turn both adjustment bolts with the same small adjustments, less than 1/8 a turn at a time, so the stationary blade is supported evenly on both sides. Never turn one adjustment bolt without also turning the other the same amount. If the blades did not cut paper, move the whole stationary blade closer to the cutting reel by making small counterclockwise turns on both ends until the blades just barely come into contact. Then make small clockwise adjustments on both ends until the blades no longer touch. Again, be sure to turn each bolt equally. If the blades made contact, move the whole stationary blade away from the cutting reel by making small clockwise turns on both ends, stopping as soon as the blades lose contact. Be sure to turn each bolt equally. Then test that the blades cut paper on both ends. After you have adjusted the blades, replace the adjustment locks and firmly tighten the screws. Check the cutting system again, listening for contact and turning your mower on its side to make sure it's cutting the strips of paper all along the reel. If you have followed the instructions for adjusting the blades and the mower is still not cutting to your satisfaction, see Aligning the Cutting Reel and Stationary Blade in your owner's manual. When adjusted properly, your mower is ready to cut.